Well, the growing social unrest combined with fan violence at Euro 2016 and the threat of terrorism have put unprecedented pressure on the French police. And Anelise joins us now live from Paris. Hello to you, Anelise. So are these protests going to go ahead tomorrow?
Well, they actually will go ahead. It's a big victory for French labor unions. They have just managed to convince the French Interior Minister, Bernard Cazeneuve, to overturn a ban on their protest scheduled for tomorrow. Earlier on Wednesday, the government had imposed a ban on that demonstration, citing security concerns. And the reaction here in France was an outcry on social media, on cafes, people saying that France's democracy was under threat. Their civic right to demonstrate needs to be protected, they said. And even people that were not expecting or not planning to go to that march on Thursday said they were going to go now that the protest had been banned. Well, those 7 main labor unions here in France met with Bernard Cazeneuve and managed to came to an agreement. They will discuss the details of that march with police so that police can be better prepared and can help them march in a very organized way. And they've also managed to secure their right to demonstrate once again next Tuesday. So it is a big victory for the labor unions here in France. They have been protesting now for 3 months against this proposed labor reform put forward by the government of French President François Hollande.
Well, it's fantastically and wonderfully French. They've won the rights to be able to protest, Anelise, but is this going to mean anything in terms of them trying to overturn those labor reforms?
That is a very good question. Well, they have been trying to put pressure on François Hollande, on his administration, to overturn this proposed law. This law includes, for example, more flexibility for companies to discuss pay and firing people. And of course, that has upset many workers here in France. They have also been proposing that French companies should be able to negotiate with workers the right, the 35-hour week, which is heavily regulated and has been a priority for workers here in France. So, of course, this is a very controversial bill, and this is a bill that has been poorly received by most of workers here in France. Not for business owners, for example. They are actually saying that this is a positive change, that it should be easier for them to hire people and to fire people. If they have a bad trimester, for example, they should be able to change their teams, and they should be able to negotiate directly with their employees. But of course, there's still a long way to go. France is known for protecting the rights of its workers. It's a reason for pride here in this country. And the unions, well, they have a lot of power in this country. And we've just seen, once again, this Wednesday, they've managed to convince the Interior Minister to overturn a ban. And so, once again, whether or not they will be able to put more pressure and overturn this proposed law is very difficult to tell at this stage. The Prime Minister, Manuel Valls, has repeatedly said that no changes will be made to this bill,
Anelise,
that the essence of this bill will go ahead, even though there might be differences in the text.
Okay, well, Anelise Borges there from Paris, thank you so much.